Hello, I'm Jamon, and this is Drawing Basics. I go by Tingy the Artist across my social media, with the exception of TikTok being Zaha_TTA and my gamer tag being Zaha Tingy. Today's subjects are going to be basic shapes and form. So, I'm not really going to put a definition for basic shapes. I'm more so going to write what we're going to be using our basic shapes for, and that is to create complex images. We're going to use simple shapes to create complex images. I'm going to write that for you so that you can get it down later whenever you want to. Try not to be sloppy, it's just weird drawing in digital. See, that's already bad. Want to do that. And form. I think I am going to write the definition, or my definition and understanding of form. All of this is going to be from my own understanding. I don't have any art degrees. I just have basic high school, middle school, and lifelong knowledge of art, some vocabulary, and like I said, mostly my own understanding. So if you don't understand it, I apologize, but hey, context clues, look into it, try and figure it out. I'll explain what I feel like explaining if I feel it's important. But yeah, back to my definition of form. And I had that somewhere. Let me think. The form, I would say, form is used to create form because there are different forms. Form is like the next upgrade from shape. It goes shape, and then form. Now shape is going to be 2D and form is going to be 3D. So if you have a circle, that circle is going to upgrade in form to a sphere. There's not much of a difference besides this shadow. This shadow is what really creates form. Creates visual depth, and that makes your mind register that this circle is different from this circle because it looks like I can reach out and grab it a little bit. Not that deep because I didn't go too in detail, but you get the point. That's what form is. My bad. So your basic shapes are going to be circle, triangle, rectangle, and I would say square. You can size these up, size these down how you need them. Circles I would usually use for the head. Joints. What else? I don't know why I wrote joints like that. Everything else is in caps. Joints, eyes. If you're drawing something from perspective, so I guess just perspective in general. These are all going to be used for perspective, so I'm just going to link that to all of these. My bad. Perspective. So head joints, eyes, perspective. Triangles, be more so the waist. What else can you use triangles for? I guess edges and weapons. These are just ideas. These are not things that are set in stone, but just ideas of what comes to mind when you think these. This is a sharp shape. When you think of a triangle, you may think of a claw, you may think of a sword, you may think of a weapon, a pointy thing. but it can also be the waist if you turn it upside down. You have the two angles going up at the bottom. You have the flat on top, and you put your rectangle on top of that and your circle on top of that rectangle. You basically have a torso, which is this. Draw your legs and your arms from there. So the triangle, we have waist, edges, and weapons. Trying to be quick with this because I don't want to really go over like 10 or 20 minutes. Already at 10 minutes, getting there. I have to edit this and all that shit. With your rectangle, you would go arms, arms, I guess, buildings. It is just easier to write lowercase, but I have to start like that. And I didn't, so it wouldn't look right. I guess and looks okay. Yep. Buildings, arms, buildings, etc. I would say the palm. Or palms. Houses. An object. We don't have many cubed things. Maybe some diced food, I guess. I don't know. Anything in dice form. So you get the point. You use these basic shapes to create the template for your complex image. You use those forms, like that circle. Let me get a little bit more in depth with form. I was going to draw all these in form, but you can apply what I draw from the circle onto every other shape. You would do the same thing with following these steps. So when I do a form, in my mind, I don't really say this out loud. I don't have to practice like that because although I have been neglecting my practice, I still have skill that I've built up over 23 years. So there's that. Let's see. So I like to create my forms first by using shadow. Is used in form. My fucking back hurts. I have no chair to sit on. To create depth. So I have what I call a contact point and your cutoff point. So I don't have space to write all this, so I'm not going to. You can just rewatch the video a couple times. So I'm going to explain it really kind of slow. So your contact point is basically where your form, your 3D object, meets whatever it's on or whatever it's touching. So let's say that this sphere is on a table. The contact point is going to be the top of that table. Since the object is close to that surface, there's not really anything in between it. There's no light to get in between the gap. This is all shadow. It's dark shadow because it's right on there. And that shadow is going to curve depending on where you have your light source. Your light source can be a light bulb, it can be the sun, it can be any artificial light. as long as it's casting light to create shadow and making a form, giving you visual depth. For simplicity, we're going to say this, the light source is at this angle. It's hitting the ball right here. Where your light source hits your form, it's called the highlight. Your highlight is going to be the brightest point of your image, of your form. It's going to go highlight, second lightest tone, your mid tone, your second darkest. No, my bad. It's going to be highlight, second lightest, like that, your mid tone, so I was kind of right, dark tone, then this would probably be the darkest to me, your darkest tone. In my other video that I tried to record, I took a long time because I tried to make this look nice. I'm not trying to make things look nice right now because these are a pain in the ass to edit. I'm not that good at editing. And I really just need to get a point across and get a basic idea across. So hopefully you can live with that and know that I don't draw like this. Actually, I'm not shit. I promise I'm not shit. Source, trust me, bro. But your darkest tone coming in right here. Your second darkest after that contact and cutoff point. Now the method I'm using to shade is called hatching. It doesn't really matter right now, but this is hatching. Using those lines to create that shadow or whatever else you want to create. Shadow, texture, any other thing. So yep, you got your almost your darkest, your mid-tone, your lightest, and hatch you can come in and cross hatch, get a little bit darker. See how that all looks? Now we're gonna do something real fancy here. Ready for this? I'm gonna come in with that smudge tool because I'm a perfectionist and smudge that just to make it look better. This is how you cheat at digital art. It's not really cheating, I'm just using my tools. Never be afraid to use your tools, but never just completely shy away from actually doing the work yourself. That's how you practice and get better. Unless you just want to, get a job done, then do you, man? I don't know. Got that going on. That come in there with the eraser. I think I can. Nah. There we go. So you got it. That's your pretty much your darkest point. Second darkest. A little bit less separation. I could use whatever. You get it. You get it. I'm not gonna do all that. You see what I did there? You can apply all those steps to any of these shapes. I'm going to explain it one more time. When you create a form, you want to worry about where that form is in your area, in your space, your light source on that form, and your contact and cutoff. I think I just said that, but my memory is, it's whatever. So when your contact and cutoff are going to be your darkest points. After your darkest points is going to come one of your darker shades. After your darker shades is going to come your mid-tone, then your lightest shade, and then your highlight. Your highlight is going to be under your light source or wherever your light source is hitting. That's your brightest point. You can apply that to the face of a rectangular prism, the face of a cube, the face of a triangular prism, or cone if you make a cone, whatever it is you choose, cylinder, any form. It's how it works. So, thank you for watching this far. Hopefully you learned something or were entertained, or both. Please drop a like and subscribe for future uploads if you're interested. And if not, then your time is appreciated. And all I ask is that you share the video with someone that you think will enjoy it, because spreading the video goes a long way. And check out my socials for works I do in my spare time, outside of here. Other than that, all support is appreciated, and good luck on your art journey. Thank you. So, quick tip on Procreate.